Everybody welcome. Oh, excuse me. Alright, I guess we're gonna go, Maokai here. Because Vayne can't really avoid Maokai, it's very difficult versus, you know, against Rakan or Thresh. She has a lot more, she's just a lot harder to hit with stuff. I have to decide, do we want Demolish or do we want Font? Probably Font. And then definitely want boots, free boots. And then we're rushing Deadman's. Anytime you're not getting boots like immediately to go roam, like mobility boots or something like that, I think free boots are extremely good. And the Hex Flash can be okay too, but and against Zyra, the biscuits are very handy. I'm almost tempted to do double magic resist, but I think that's a little greedy. Okay, this should be fine. Well, yeah, he's Jason might play with us here in a little bit. Yeah, sorry, I just ended up for the late start, just ended up oversleeping. Just didn't get enough sleep today. Okay, pop out chat. It's not too hard. There we go. Okay. Hey, what's up?
Summoner's Rift.
What's up, John Wings? Yo.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I will show them what was lost in the ruination.
Minions have spawned.
I will fight for every pebble, every blade of grass. We must pull up our roots. Darkness corrupts the land.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see their support. Okay, there she is.
Flee into the forest. I am the forest. There is beauty here, even now.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to do AP Mao into Udyr. He can just get the, I forgot what it's called. He just gets too much magic resist and has a repeatable shield. That's exactly what you don't want to see. What's up, Lucas?
An ally has been slain.
Oh, he rage TP'd back in and died again immediately on spawn. Yeah, we need to be pressuring Vayne more, but at the same time, I guess, like, Zyra's not really pressuring us that much. Hey, thanks for the sub, I appreciate it. It's kind of where we don't want to be. Exactly where we don't want to be. It's pretty close to their tower, so I can't engage, and they just kind of get to safely farm it out. Surrender, guys! I made a big mistake. There's no way we can come back. Is it? Dead man's, there we go.
Life here existed in a time before death.
So probably gotta be Mercs. Help out a little bit with Zyra Roots. I'm gonna need that little bit of extra magic damage, or magic resistance rather. If you go in Dead Man's first. So probably just Dead Man's Mercs, into Locket.
An ally has been slain.
I don't know if, I don't think Vayne flashed or anything last fight. She didn't die, so probably not. We just killed Echo. Hey, what's up, Sammy? Okay. We're ahead on combat stats. The siege should at least kill the Zyra player. Come on. Bane is 6 too. It's annoying. When did I start the stream? Probably like 15 minutes ago. Yeah, I ended up oversleeping. I just didn't get enough sleep during the day. I had student conferences and I just had a bunch of stuff going on. Shit. Should have saved that relic shield charge. Maybe we can kill the Zyra before she's 6. She has 3 plants around her. There we go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Inferior.
Alright. That seems bad.
I once had peace. It is better to have purpose.
She should have just backed. No, yeah, it was totally my fault. It wasn't YouTube's fault this time.
My heart would is
Is he gonna get her? Maybe.
patient as a tree. Fight for the saplings. One with nature. The mist haunts my every move, yet I resist.
Who is middle? Oh, it's Echo.
My summoner has disconnected.
What the fuck? Does he not have any abilities? How does that happen? He has flash, E, and he can Q, you know, to like the rates, and he can kick, right? How does he not press any buttons?
I will end.
I'm so confused.
An ally has been slain.
Hey, what's up, Vanakin?
Step defiance.
Hey, if you guys want to run a dungeon later, just let me know. We can just chill too, either way. I may have made a foolish purchase. So I wouldn't mind farming either, but I've been tracking, you know, this the Savory Deviant Delight price, and it started off at 1,000, and then it went down to like 580 or something. So I was like, okay, this is, and it like percentage-wise on my app or whatever, and I got to get a new app. I think I found another one that looks better, or whatever it's called, mod, whatever in the game, for the auction. was like, okay, it's looking good. And then I was looking at, you know, the Savory Deviant Delight fish, and I was like, okay, there's not much on the auction house. You know, it's saying that I can sell it for whatever, at least 25 gold a stack. Then I was seeing the fish itself, so that was like the cooked version, and the fish itself was like 15 gold or something. I'm like, okay, this would be a good opportunity. There must not be many people with that, and then I can just, you know, buy the fish, cook it, and resell it, and, you know, incrementally make my money back. Well, and then I read somewhere that the fishing drop rate for that fish was like 40%.
Shut down.
Yeah, so I bought a 580 one. Okay, and then I went and fished it. Dropping rate, at least in my experience, was not 40%. It was about the same as most other high-end fish. It's like 25%. Then I have not been able to sell any of my Deviant Delight for even cheaper than it was listed on the AH. And there's one recipe that just got relisted today, like within the same day that I bought the other recipe, for like 360, like 200 gold less. And I was like, oh my god. So I kind of got pwned on that one. I don't know, maybe it's just a bad day for it, but it just feels like I got hustled on that, man. I had thought about getting it earlier when people were talking about it, and I just don't think that it sells appreciably better than Nightfin or Stone Scale, which is what I usually sell. You can fish at any time of day, which is nice, but by contrast, like my Nightfin sells, you know, almost instantly when I put it on the market. Because Nightfin has like an actual use value. Like Deviant, it's just kind of, it's fun, right? Obviously, you don't have to have it to raid or whatever, but it's just kind of fun, which is cool, but that's not like a reliable demand, I feel like. Now, it does kind of scale into TBC, because you can still use it in TBC, so there's that. So it's not like a complete waste, it just feels like it's going to take me longer to get my investment back on that. Maybe it's like when people get really comfortable when they've already bought everything that they want to buy, then they buy that just kind of for fun. But now that people are trying to save up some for TBC, damn, I have enough. I think it can be alright, it's just like, is it worth, you know, 500 something gold for that recipe? I think not. Now, at 300, maybe. At 100, probably. But it's like that much, probably not, you know? It does give you more options of what to fish, and especially because you can fish at any time of day. That is nice. Especially on some people's schedule who can't fish in the middle of the night. I can definitely see why it would be useful, but... And maybe it's probably different on different servers, too, you know? I'm not really sure how we lost that. I guess Silas was dead for the 6th time. Am I gonna replace it? No, not that kind of mod sim. I feel like we're gonna need mercs. Tempted to try Ionians, but
Your turret has been destroyed.
why don't they just nerf this stupid item, man? This Chem Tank, dude. It's such a bad idea to make that so cheap. Or, like, it's 200 health. If you're gonna put it in the support range, make it a support item. Just go all the way with it. Just beat the hell out of the stats on it. I mean, I think that's the answer to a lot of people taking support items, is beat the hell out of it. And if it's not a support item for other roles, it really shouldn't be under 3,000 gold. First item. It just creates huge balance problems, in my opinion. I did get the kill on Zyra. It was good. I mean, it wasn't like a total disaster that last play, but obviously could have gone a bit better. I'm not really sure. They just kind of came at us from all angles. The echo came from the bottom part for some reason. I guess he TP'd down there. Okay, he's not having it. That's fine. It's kind of a dangerous play. We don't know where Udyr is. So yeah, so I'm trying to pay that back, and then I just switched all of my, I just switched from skinning over to tailoring. Which I was going to do anyways at some point, but I was just like, you know, skinning's not really paying off, and a lot of the stuff that I probably want to start farming is going to be humanoid anyways, so the price of Devilsaur leather is pretty low also. Like, that was really one of the main attractions to trying to skin. But I mean, if Devilsaur is gonna be, you know, 4 gold a piece or something, and Fellcloth is also 3 gold each, and Fellcloth seems like it's way easier to acquire than Devilsaur, it's like, why would I go for Devilsaur? Rugged leather sells like okay, but the problem is you aren't guaranteed rugged leather, even on top end camps. It's always like rugged leather, like 50-50 if you get rugged leather or if you get thick leather. And thick leather is almost completely worthless. Like a 20 stack of thick is like 2 gold. Heavy leather was pretty good. But thick leather for some reason just doesn't build into stuff. Which mythic? I'm probably, it's situational. There are a lot of different ones he can go, but I'm probably gonna go Locket. Lately, I've been digging the Locket version. Oh, he just used his thing. Huh. Wow. She got out. I thought she was dead. I was like, peace. Yeah, it is. There are a few areas. I'm sure you're aware of where it drops to. It's supposed to have like a 6 to 10% drop rate. The thing is, Runecloth is also like pretty decent. I just feel like leatherworking, it still can be good, but it just feels like it's not appreciably better than tailoring for me. And part of it's I got a pattern for Truth Faith vestments for like 6 gold on the auction house a couple of days ago too, which is like a tier 5 equivalent crafted robe. So, and I'm gonna go. I have to go tailoring anyways. So I'm just like, you know, it's probably similar to leatherworking overall. But now y'all don't have to wait on me to skin stuff in dungeons. That's cool. There are a couple of like interesting items where like leatherworking could come in clutch. I just don't think people just aren't getting the items that leatherworking builds. I feel a lot of the times. Like you can skin the beast in Ubers, and occasionally you can get this like crazy skin that in theory sells for like 1,000 gold. There was one on the auction house, but no one's gonna buy that shit. Like it builds a piece of gear that's cool, but like it would have been really nice in like, you know, tier 1 or tier 2, but no one's gonna pay 1,000 gold for, you know, some item that's gonna be completely invalidated in BC. Deer's just freaking, we just can't kill him, man. If Thresh dies first, we can't kill him. Hey, what's up, Sammy? Well, we're kind of talking about it. There's not really a super easy way to make money right now. They're all like okay, but there's not one that's like better than all the other ones because everyone would just do that one for the most part, right? And some of them are better later in the game. I think herbalism's probably pretty good. But you gotta get to late game. I feel like the mid-game herbs, the early... There are some, like Swift Thistle, and I almost did herbalism. I initially started with skinning and herbing instead of enchanting, but I was leveling up with Bayo early, and I was just... I just wasn't able to keep up with the herbs in early places. I was just falling behind, and it was just kind of becoming a pain in the ass to try to keep up with the herbs, but trying to find the nodes. And so I just switched over to enchanting. I think any sort of gathering profession is probably good. In Classic WoW, mining, I mean, mining's still probably going to be pretty good in TBC. Especially for, because like jewel crafting is going to be big. And that can also, you know, provide materials for blacksmithing and engineering. So there's like 3 different professions that use the ore. So mining's probably solid. I was just saying I think skinning's good, especially when you're leveling. I think skinning is still really good because you're going to be fighting beasts a lot of times when you're leveling, and that just gives you extra money, just straight up. On every beast kill you get a little bit of extra money. So skinning was really good to me for a long time, and it's possible I should have stayed with it, but if, like I said, if we were in different, if Devil Star Leather was more valuable, or that pristine hide of the beast, you know, if that gear was good. You can also skin stuff out of Molten Core. Core leather is pretty good, but you're competing with, out of 40 people, there's probably at least 4 people that skin, so you're competing with them. I gotta say, Lee, shit, where's Silas? Silas, come here, dude. Well. We really need this, Silas. He's just so tilted because he's just playing so terribly. That's the huge problem, is a lot of people, like, them playing bad, they get tilted. Nice, got him. Holy shit. There's Vayne. Thank God this Akali's balling.
Shut down.
I don't have any mana, so I could not stick around for that.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay, good. Well, Akali's freaking putting in some serious work here because Silas just randomly ran top when we were on Soul Point. Yeah, Akali is saving our ass big time. I mean, I think the fact that I have a crap load of CC is really handy too. I mean, Maokai, like, I really like this build on Maokai. What kind of leather sells best? Well, it's going to be the top end leather, right? So the kind I was just describing. There are certain dinosaurs that are in Ungoro Crater. You need to be level 60 to get a lot of the top end leather. But Devilsaur leather per piece is the best. But you have to kill these elites, and they only spawn at certain times. Trist. God, why do people have no fucking clue about objectives? Why is Trist bottom farming? Like, with Baron up? Like, what the fuck's going on? No, we don't want to fight this. We just died. That's the thing that I just don't understand. Like, it feels like my team is just always making so many massive ass mistakes. Seriously? It's got to be able to capitalize on it, I guess. They're probably making just as many mistakes. I mean, they are. They've just basically inted into us these last two fights, so we got to keep that in mind. But yeah, Devilsaur leather sells really well, and then there are a couple of just weird leathers you can get off of top end instanced dungeons. Let me get here. I might go this. Because they're starting to deal a pretty good chunk of magic damage, and that would help. That lowers, or that all of your allies do 10% more damage off of that. So you've got, but as far as like leveling up, there's some kind of intermediary leathers that are pretty good. Like thick leather sells decently, so like 3 gold for a 20 stack of thick leather, 2 or 3 gold, and it's pretty good. That's better than cloth. I think that it outperforms cloth until you start to get to like rune cloth, maybe mage weave cloth. Like the cloth will sell a little bit less than the leather, but you get more of the cloth. But yeah, definitely up through silk, like, and I'm comparing it to cloth because that's your other alternative. Like if you're farming humanoids, you can't get leather off of them, but you can get cloth. And so the leather should, in theory, be worth more than the cloth because it requires a special profession to get it. But the cloth goes into a lot more things, I feel like. But anyways, yeah, I think leather skinning can be pretty good. Like I said, mining, so I would go mining, skinning, or herbalism if you're trying to earn money while leveling up. I don't know, like, ore prices, but none of them are going to make you filthy rich while you're leveling. I think skinning's probably one of the better ones just because you just get free money while you're killing beasts.
An ally has been slain.
Wait, why? Dude, he's going to kick your ass, man. Okay. Shit, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is so bad. Like, honestly, like, this gameplay is just so terrible. Like, they're just walking up, like, A-ramming mid when we had full vision on the dragon.
I will fight for every pebble, every blade.
People just don't. I don't know. That's the thing that's just, like, so mind-blowing sometimes. It's like, why am I in this elo? Like, I clearly... I mean, I think it's clear that I know so much more, especially about macro, than people in this elo. Like, I feel like I just do not make those kind of mental mistakes that much. So, I guess it's got to just be that, you know, I must be, like, really failing hard in some other area. It's not building leads, because I feel like that shit is not rocket science, but apparently it is, because so many teams fuck that up. Just basic shit, like Baron's up, don't show bot lane, right? If you're the ADC. Hey, we've got full vision on Ocean Soul, why don't we go ahead and stand there and make them come get us? Like, it's so much more powerful if they have to walk through the vision, through your vision, to get to you, because then you get the first move, right? Like, we get the opening fight. Well, I mean, you always have to kind of carry your teammates, but, like, I gave them really good vision. That should have been the carry moment. But I can't force them to be there. I got the Akali. The problem is just Lee. In these fights, it's just Lee is totally worthless. And I guess Silas is just AFK or something. I don't know. Dude's died 11 times. It's really just Akali, and like, Trist is useful. But it's just Silas's like fragile mental state, and then Lee just kind of being Lee. Pretty much sold it. I think if Silas wasn't AFK, then we could have won that. Nah, I don't think his kicks are that huge. I mean, if he gets like the kick of destiny, maybe, but I just feel like he just is totally outclassed. We just can't get to the vein. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, because I think it marked Silas as AFK. We're gonna lose that anyways, and I want to make sure that he's marked as AFK. I think you can't get unmarked as AFK. He's marked because it only allowed 4 votes for surrender. Well, he should have been. I don't know why it was only allowing 4 votes, but maybe because he moved at the very end. Well, that game was winnable for sure. We just had a mental collapse. That second dragon fight was a nail in the coffin. The 2 huge mistakes were the Baron, not being around the Baron. I guess I could have spam pinged it more, and then the dragon. I just gotta like ping 50 times. Oh, Seraphine has a low win rate. Did she? I don't remember if she got specifically nerfed on this patch. A lot of the enchanters got kind of clapped pretty hard with the Moonstone changes. I still need to do that tier list. I guess it'll have to be tomorrow. I was hoping I could get it done today, but a bunch of students rescheduled and ended up meeting with me today. That's kind of rough. Yeah, support across the board. Like, there aren't even really any 53s. Maokai's around 53, and that's it. I guess Sona's close. Soraka is up a little bit. I did think that Soraka was going to come up, because she's one of the few beneficiaries of Moonstone, but... God, look at that. What the hell is that curve? Gwen, 39% win rate. Yeah, I think she's pretty much a Kali 2.0. Where it's like, most people are going to be awful on her, but then if she... if someone's good on her, then I feel like she can just feel completely overpowered. Probably. I haven't played with or against one lately, but yeah. High skill cap, new champion that's, you know, squishy with very little utility. Yeah, that's sub 40. Morg. Yeah, we had Morg jungle twice yesterday. I'm not convinced on it. I know that Butter My Tushy, I think that's who really liked it, so. Corky. Anytime you see a Corky, you gotta look it up, because that's historically one of the worst champions in the game. Of course, he never plays it. It's probably some European player played it as a counter pick to something very specific. So funny, on this account, my Maokai win rate, it's like literally the same elo bracket as the other one. My Maokai win rate's 62, but on the other one it's like 15. Brax's account. Over the last 30 days, I think it's over 50% with both. Just total for the season, but... I guess. I'm not super thrilled about this. Thresh look into Sona can be good later on. And Jinx, if I get good vision. There are a lot of good hook targets. But... usually you want, like, much more reliable engage into Jinx. Like, you want Rakan or Maokai with Deadmans or something like that. Because if she's left alone on that backline... Thresh is not really much of a diver on the backline, right? He's more of a disruptor. And Thresh kind of has a hard time against Nunu. Like, you can't stop his snowball from coming in reliably because the flay, the link doesn't... It isn't longer than the snowball. Like, the snowball's still going to hit you, in other words. If it's already charged up and he's coming at you and you try to flay it, it's just not long enough, it's going to hit you. Even if you hook him, depending on the angle, you might be able to hook him out of it, but...
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Right, it just destroyed your whole champion pool. Well... Oh, yeah, you're right. I should have done Guardian Thresh. I wasn't paying attention. I mean, Aftershock Thresh is not terrible. But yeah, probably. I mean, they don't have, like, Guardian's really a lot better against Assassins. Aftershock might actually be better, because I'm probably going to have to go in... Yeah, but that's right. And on the hooks, you don't always go in. You're right.
Why must they?
I wasn't paying attention to it. I just used the same runes, or very similar runes that I had to Maokai. You know, maybe I should have even gone for the Ingenious Hunter runes. I do like those a lot. That is good for team fighting. Rammus, by the way, is very strong. I saw him in a game yesterday. I don't remember if we won or not. We may have. Fuck. Ah, flayed her the wrong way. Do you not have trap fucking leveled up or what? Like, she didn't even try to trap that. Yeah, you didn't level up trap. I guess she got net second. Because I did hit him with the E, I just didn't play him back. I played him forward, but... I mean, what kind of Jinx survives 2 hooks and a flash flay by level 2 in any lane? It's getting pretty ridiculous.
No need to rush.
Okay, so she did level... No, she's level 3. She must not have had her trap earlier. Well, she missed her trap. I was trying to flay her into it, but I think I got the wrong angle also.
First blood. An enemy has been slain.
Is older than life.
Okay, well, we are up a lot of CS, so that's good. I don't know if Jinx flashed to avoid the Caitlyn Q or if she just ate it under tower. I didn't get a good angle on that. Get 1 potion. We could, in theory, get poked out.
Ally has been slain.
Once guided spirits together, but now
Oh, I didn't realize that Ari had a past with Thresh. Okay, so he's probably on Dragon, but I'm not sure how much we can do about that. Hopefully dead. How low? God, they're both so low. I mean, that's pretty confident that Nunu's not just going to be like right there when we push out.
Every spirit is useful. That is why I must collect them all.
Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain.
No one understands the intricacies of my collection. That is why
God, dude.
I must
Every fucking game.
death. What a pretty word. In death, we become
What was that noise?
An ally has been slain. An enemy has
Must have been Scion or
slain.
something. Still kind of up in CS, but not as much as I would like.
no matter the season.
Ally has been slain.
Bless.
Enemy killing spree.
Yeah, it's probably about it in the bot lane. Jinx is just so much better than Caitlyn. Like, you just cannot ever fall behind as Caitlyn.
Enemy ran.
Like, Caitlyn, you just have to be, like, she's one of the highest mechanical ADCs in the game. Or just champions in general. Like, you have to get the combos. You cannot just auto-attack trade. Because your attack speed is so slow and you don't have, like, hardly any modifiers. And you don't have any combat ult either. You just have that, your ultimate for like sniping people, but you can't do that in the middle of a fight. Okay.
The beautiful pangs of resurrection. Pass into spirits. The spirits pass into
No, I thought maybe because neither one of them had ults there, but we still don't have the power. They even have the same freaking items, like, at the time, right? They both had Noon Quiver. We even had upgraded boots because Caitlyn had died and come back, and they still killed us. Even though I think they both walked through the ult. The Sona skin is good. Caitlyn's just like a turbo tempo champion. Like, you have to be really far ahead. You have to completely smash your lane, take all the plates, and just move around and close out the game. And Jinx with her extra attack speed or rockets or really everything about her kit is just gonna scale better as long as she's safe. Hey, what's up, Boyd? The meta lately has been to go Redemption second with Locket. So you just kind of have Supreme team fighting, and to play Thresh more like a more like an enchanter, like a tankier enchanter. I really want those souls. I'm gonna use it for 3 souls. Usually you don't want to use your lantern for souls, but we're not gonna fight probably anytime soon. And we're kind of hopefully safe for a little bit. Yeah, Redemption. Between those two that you listed, though, I would go Zeke's. Knight's Vow is just really not that great, I think, in general right now. Oof. I honestly don't even know if we kill her if I hit that hook, though. Even though the items are the same. Maybe if I hook Sona, I need Ignite though. What the fuck? She used the Shirelias. Come here, come here. Not in range for cannon. Yeah, that's what most people are doing. Now, it depends. Obviously, if I mean, Thresh is very, you know, flexible, right? Like, there's not something you want to do literally every single time. Is she gonna be able to get through that? So, I mean, it's very situational, but that's like, if you can afford it, right? In terms of like, can you do it without dying a lot? That's what a lot of people are doing. But if you need more survivability, Zeke's can be good. How do you recognize? I mean, you just have to think about what does the item do and what do you need to do? Right, like Zeke's is going to be better for buffing up your damage. Or buffing up the damage of your team, rather. Gives you some decent tankiness. I think Knight's Vow is not that great in almost any situation. But that could help if you were going to get it. Maybe protect against assassins. Right, because it's going to redirect 15% of that Zed or whatever over to you. But in general, I don't really like it that much. Like, I missed everything. God bless. Don't think it would have made a difference there, but... And then Locket and Redemption are for team fighting. Another option I think that a lot of people don't get, but could be on the table after the buffs, are Frozen Heart if they have like 3 or 4 AD champions, especially auto-attacking AD champions. Like if they have like a Tristana middle or something like that. They can be decent. No, Silence just AF. So basically we've had 2 AFKs. Sweet. I mean, we were probably going to lose the games anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. I haven't had a phenomenal game. I've missed a lot of... I was hitting a ton of hooks early, but then I've missed some pretty important ones. But yeah, you know, during the playoffs, I was listening to a lot of like Sneaky and Double Lift stream, which is great. It's entertaining, but they also like share quite a bit of good information about bot lane, especially Double Lift. And he gives you just a lot of insights that I just don't hear a lot of other players talking about. He's a very smart player, but he really does not like Knight's Vow. He was talking about just how garbage that item is. And it really kind of is. I don't know the exact win rates on stuff, but it's just awkward because it doesn't have armor or magic resist on it. It's just not as good as it used to be back in the day. Does Ashe count as high survivability ADC? I would not say so. She does have the slow, which is nice, but nah, I think she's on the squishier side. She doesn't have any defensive steroids and no jumps. The ADCs, like the safe ADCs, I think are like Ezreal, Tristana, I think of who else. Aren't that many. Vayne, sort of. Like, Vayne is short range, but she has a really low cooldown mobility, so she, if you're good at playing her, you should be able to dodge a lot of stuff. Caitlyn just doesn't have the damage to kill him. Caitlyn, in theory, should be a pretty safe one, too. She's got traps. She's got her E to get out of stuff, but... I mean, Ashe does have her ult. She does have Hawkshot to track the jungler, so... She's up there in terms of if you play her perfectly. You know, can you be pretty safe? I think she's up there. So, like, not the highest, but not the lowest. Probably above average. Kai'Sa and Xayah. Xayah is pretty safe, yeah. If she's got her ult up. That's the thing. But that ult is... I think it's still like 160 seconds. Kaisa, yeah.
Your inhibitor is
Kaisa has a, with her, it depends on how they position. But yeah, you can get out of a lot of stuff with Kaisa. With her ultimate and then her invisibility. They're both pretty low range. Just depends on what you think is safer, like long range or mobility. Like, Jinx can be really safe if you have someone that can help protect you, because she has such long range. So you have the, like, super long range, you just have to have someone that heals you. But if you have that, it's very hard to get on her. With, like, so she has protection against, like, point quick type of stuff, because those types of champs aren't going to be able to get close to you. But she doesn't have great protection against, like, flanking champs, because you don't have any mobility, so it just kind of depends on the situation. Like, Vayne's a good example of that, right? Like, she has, you know, pretty good protection against skill shots and flanking, because she can tumble and go invisible, and she's got her E for, like, pushback. So she's pretty good against that type of stuff, but because she's so, like, short range, then she's not going to have protection against some of the shorter range, like point click or like big AoE damage and stuff like that. Alright, we'll do like one more, I guess. Hell yeah, lost mitigated, baby. Got an AFK, but we get to keep 1 LP. Two games, 2 AFKs. Hell yeah. I feel like I kind of had some fun sort of playing the champ. I thought we did okay on the champ. Early on, I think I did pretty well on Thresh. I did miss some clutch stuff down the stretch, but I mean, that's why I'm trying to practice him. What's up, Sheen Pie? Rip Bryant. God, that was really tragic, man. It's so freaking random and terrible. Dude. Really don't want her playing Gwen. Maybe the enemy team will ban it. You can't ban something somebody's hovering. I guess I should have banned it immediately before she hovered it. I'm not sure what empower means. I'm assuming anything that buffs your allies. No one's gonna do that, dude. No one's gonna first pick you Gwen. Question is, do I do... Yeah, I just feel like I need to practice Thresh a bit more. I've never really committed to like practicing him a lot. Practiced him some. He is very difficult to play. I think he's the most difficult. This guy is 75% on, God, he's gold 3, though. There's anything wrong with gold 3 in a vacuum, but... Morgana's kind of a pain in the ass. I think... yes, I would think so. I think it has to be something that's active, though. So Braum jumping to somebody, yes. I would assume that would work. Rel's just passive armor thing. If you put it on them, probably. For a certain period of time, but I don't know all the permutations. So I would think that... I would say, I would feel pretty confident that the Braum thing would. I'm not sure about Rel. Yeah, they have a pretty good split of damage. Time for some scissoring. Oops, wrong runes. You love to see it.
Come, children of hopes and dreams. Let me show you what life cannot.
Welcome to
That
Summoner's
little
Rift.
fox and I once guided spirits together, but now I must save them from her errant ways.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
They're all here. Okay, I want them to just sit here and waste their time. Maybe Graves will take their red or something.
No matter how far it is to the top.
I do not discriminate. All must find comfort
Minions have
inside
spawned.
my lantern.
They lie.
Deny me your spirit. I do enjoy it.
Dude, why are people so fucking dumb? Just take their red. We knew they were all bottom. Why would you not just take the red? I guess I gotta ping it and spell it out for these guys. It's like literally we saw Wukong bottom. Their top laner was bottom. Why would you not just... My first thought is, oh, they're on my red? Okay, I'm gonna take their red. I think that's what, like, any reasonable person would think. He was even standing up there.
Torment is such a harsh word.
I just gotta ping it and spell out everything. I mean, that's how it is. That is how it is. Got another Caitlyn. We do have a lot of different, like, carry potential on this team, so that's good at least. A bunch of champs that scale pretty well. How am I? Oh. I need to kill this damn thing.
Greatest blessing.
How did he not take a tower shot? Like, he jumped and killed her right here and didn't jump to reset. Just follow your heart, man. If your heart leads you to save your heal for next game, don't question it. Okay, well, that's good. Shit. Unfortunate. Dude, Gwen. He wasn't even in the same zip code. It's not Graves' fault. He's back. He's back and lose the wave. So many people are so greedy. Instead of die and lose the wave. I gotta mute, man. I just can't. He flashed and killed me under tower. How the hell was I supposed to know he could do that? I've never seen anybody flash under tower for a kill before. Alright,
The dead pass into spirits. The spirits pass into my collection.
people think that if someone like kills them under tower, it's like this grand violation of nature. Like there's no way you can possibly die if you're within your tower's auto attack zone. It's like, no, you're not as safe as you think you are most of the time under tower. People just dramatically overestimate their safety under tower. Yes, it's better than nothing. Yes, it does help, but there are still 1,000,001 ways you can die, even when you're under tower. Like, they're not just gonna say, oh, she's under tower, you know what, I'm not gonna go for this kill most of the time. Like, sometimes, but if you're really low, like, you know, you shouldn't just assume that the tower is gonna save you. I need to get more vision, but we need a plate too, I think.
Enemy rampage.
We're not gonna get there in time, Caitlyn. Gwen's just chain feeding,
Double kill.
and I'm surprised. Here's my surprise face.
Why must they fear me? I do not write. I merely collect.
just can't handle just the stupidity in the chat. Even though the person's not necessarily flaming, I just can't. It's just better if I think they're actually bots instead of people, and that reflects better on the playstyle too. Just gotta remember that they're not people making, you know, rational decisions. Okay, she already ulted. When did she ult? I don't even remember.
Every spirit is useful. That is why I must collect them all. Dry your eyes. I won't be gone for
Yeah, I mean, she said that she screwed up on the runes, so that much is clear. Oh, I forgot I don't get free boots. Okay, well, I'll just wait a second then.
life is pain. I am sweet release.
Yeah. I forgot who said that. I think it was Crumbs who was giving advice, said something like that. Just mute everyone and pretend they're bots. This is probably like a couple of years ago at this point.
Spirits, alone and forsaken. I grant them all. Others.
What the fuck? Okay, it was a bait. No way, dude. Oh, okay, that actually worked out. God, Triss jumped in and ate that ult under tower. Okay, that was pretty funny. Let me. Maybe should have gotten a control ward there, but my control ward is still down. They haven't cleared it, so profit crumbs. It's a bot, it's a bot, it's a bot. Not taking that lantern. I mean, we're ahead, but I don't think we're ahead enough in the bot lane. Caitlyn just has to be even more ahead. She does get to a point really late game. She just kind of has this drop off at mid game, and she sort of always has. I can't go up too much more than that because they're rotating potentially. I don't know. I didn't know where Vi was. She's obviously middle right now, but.
An enemy has been slain.
No need to rush.
Christ, this Rise is 6-0. Okay. Say it's getting bad. Didn't know where Rise was. He's got his ultimate, so I didn't want to take that hook. I knew that one person was dead anyways. Okay. I don't know what the hell happened there. That seemed OP.
I am friends with all spirits until they decide to question me.
I have literally 0 zombie wards. Like, I don't even know if Morgana, does she have a warding item? Like, I've been using Sweeper. No ward. This ward has been sitting in this bush for like 10 minutes. I literally am not entirely positive that Morgana has warded all game. Like, I've swept this bush. Okay, finally. Fuck, with Rise. Six seconds of fucking CC with unflinching. Or I guess 5 seconds of CC. 6 seconds in combat. So of the time I was in combat, I was CC'd like 80%. I mean, it's kind of what I get for not taking mercs, but...
Enemy double kill.
I mean, I guess, yeah. Yeah, we don't have an AFK, so that's good. I mean, this game is winnable. Yesterday, we actually did win some games.
Your turret has been destroyed.
If Morgana throws a bind over this wall, okay, about to say it. Could be dumb to try to clear that.
I am the final awakening. Every spirit is useful.
What?
That is why
Oh,
I
fuck.
must collect them all.
Damn it. I put my active on the wrong button. Please, dude. Can you just, like,
Spirits.
rip the bong one more time or something?
I grant them all purpose.
Wake yourself up a little bit. Okay, well, I got it completed.
Life is a prison.
Rise is a huge problem. It's not Triss is now relevant again after she got a couple of kills. I mean, that last sequence was my fault. I shouldn't have tried to go out there and ward that. Well. Really? Please tell me that clown dies. Okay, good. This Morga's hitting like every fucking bind. I think I'm gonna go Mikhail's next.
The beautiful pangs of resurrection. Death. What a pretty word.
Jesus, our top laner's died 7 times. Theirs has died 6 times. Like, what's going on up there?
An ally has been slain.
They think me God. No, nothing that simple. Or lost.
Too dangerous. Okay, they're all over there.
Ally has been slain.
He got his flash too. They might Baron. Trist is not there though. Okay. Shit. I'm just dead, aren't I? Triple kill, Rise.
Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain. Shut down. An ally has been slain.
Well, that was good at the start, and then... I mean, the Morgana is playing pretty well.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I hope my children didn't miss me too much.
Camille... Wait, is she going Titanic again? Bro, that just got, like, hard nerfed, right?
You are heroes and villains. In death, you are all my children.
An ally
The scissors.
slain.
Such a weird-ass looking character, but it's funny, I guess.
I do not fight. I merely collect.
Who's dead? Camille? GameStop stock, what about it? Is there something new, or just like it being up a ton?
We become family.
And Caitlyn just doesn't have the damage, as per usual, to kill anybody in the mid game.
Ally has been slain.
Well, I guess we got to play
Summoner has disconnected.
games
A summoner has disconnected.
tonight. I don't know.
A summoner has disconnected.
What about GameStop? Yeah, I have been following the GameStop saga, I suppose. I don't know. I think most of what's going on with it is fine. Yeah, I mean, which part of it were you most interested in? You just wanted to know if I had seen it. Yeah, it was just kind of a fail. I mean, we had some good plays there, but... Okay, but I think that's going to be it for tonight. Sorry, I think we had like we had some interesting plays, I guess, in the games, even though we lost. I mean, the first two were AFKs. That one, I don't know. I made some mistakes in that one, but we just could not screw up that comp at all. We're just like all squishy range champions. We're assassins. It's just too high skill cap, and Caitlyn is just really don't like Caitlyn right now. But yeah, the GameStop stuff I think is fine. Just I would personally recommend people not be involved with that, but you know, it's up to you. If you do want to get involved, just understand that, you know, it's extremely volatile. It's not like as, you know, random as like scratch off lotto tickets or something like that, but it's pretty dangerous, I think. I mean, if they can rebrand themselves as sort of a cyber cafe type of destination in the way that like Starbucks branded coffee, in the sense of it's not just coffee when you go to Starbucks, right? They, you know, their whole marketing, their whole brand is around coming in and hanging out and spending extended time there, you know, chatting with people and just it being a welcoming sort of meetup spot. If they can do something like that with GameStop and the games, make it like a cyber cafe type of thing where people can hang out, play video games. If they can bring other stuff into that, you know, with the used games, and then like little local tournaments or something, you know, little LAN events. Like, I think there is definitely a space for that, and there's not much of that goes on a widespread scale. So if they can rebrand themselves, which I've heard that's what they might be trying to rebrand themselves towards eventually, I think that it can revitalize itself in a way that Blockbuster was not able to do that successfully. So I think there is some story behind that. I don't think it's just scratch-offs, but I do think the valuation is extremely high for that type of thing right now. So, you know, I don't think it's a completely terrible idea to invest in GameStop, but to invest in GameStop at whatever it is right now, 150 a share, probably not. If it dips back down to like 40, maybe, but there's like so much headline risk with that too. If like the SEC decides to crack down on anything, or you just don't know what the short interest is and all this other stuff. It's a very hot stock. I would not want to touch it. Hot in the sense of like there's a lot of eyes on it, you know. So it's too volatile for my taste. But it does. There is a story behind it that can work. It's not just whatever. I did watch part of Roaring Kitty's YouTube video about it from a couple of years ago. Kind of the most notorious investor in it, the guy who popularized the Wall Street bets movement behind it. I mean, he has like an hour-long analysis of it. And I watched quite a bit of it in the shower. I mean, he's done his research. He knows what he's doing. I don't think he personally was behind trying to, you know, pump the stock for nefarious means. I think that he legit believes it's a good investment, and he bought in on it very low, and, you know, he wants to hold it. So I think it's fine. And I think it's fine to talk about stocks and to hype up stocks for whatever reason that you may want to hype up stocks. I think all that's fine. I think the platforms, it gets complicated with the platforms. I think in theory a platform should be able to deny you business anytime they want, and it says that in their terms. Basically, if they don't want to execute your trade, they don't have to execute your trade. It's a private company. It's not the government, right? So it's just like a store. If you come in and a store owner doesn't like something about you, unless it's you know, a protected class, right? Like people can't deny you from being in their store because you're a different, or, you know, African American or Asian, or because you're LGBTQ, all that stuff. You know, they can't kick you out for that. But if, you know, they don't like your behavior or whatever, they can ask you to leave, right? It's the same thing with these platforms. Like, you know, Robinhood is not under any obligation to execute your trades if they don't like what you're doing for any reason. You know, they can just not do your trade. And in turn, you can just take your business elsewhere to some place that will. I mean, that's just kind of how capitalism works. But the problem with the Robin Hood aspect of it was that they also have an interest in, I believe, the people who fund them are also like tied up with GameStop through these hedge funds or whatever. So that gets a little more sketchy, right? If your actions are directly trying to affect the price of the stock by denying liquidity in the market, and you're not upfront about that could be a problem. That'd be like a restaurant owner, I guess, saying, I don't even know what the analogy would be. Be like, you have to sell a certain kind of beer, you have to sell Bud Light or something because Bud Light owns your restaurant, and then there's people in there that are coming in telling everyone else to buy Miller Lite or something like that, and they're just promoting everyone buying Miller Lite, and then the restaurant's like, oh, I'm sorry, we're out of Miller Lite. I don't know, can't do anything about it. And you have like kegs sitting in the back, you could very easily put more Miller Lite in there, but you just decided to only serve Bud Light at that point. It's not a great analogy. A restaurant could do that if they wanted to, obviously, but I don't know. So there's some complicated stuff, but I think most of it's fair game. It's just an interesting stuff that I kind of watch from afar. It's a very interesting case study. I think it's kind of a turning point in retail investing, which is pretty cool. So if you're interested in the company or you're interested in, making money on something about the transactions, you can do it as long as you understand the risk. I would not try to do it as a stick it to the man thing, though. I know that was kind of a narrative that was happening a while ago. You're not sticking it to any men, okay, by doing that. They don't care. Yeah, that one hedge fund had a temporary, liquidity problem because of it, but it's don't do it for that reason. I don't recommend doing it for that reason. I mean, it's your money, do what you want, but I would only invest in it if you really think that it's going to go up, either because of its business prospects or because you think there's still a lot of short interest in it, whatever. But anyways, okay. Well, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream, even the losses. I think we did have some pretty decent plays. So I kind of enjoyed playing it, learning some Thresh, playing some other things. But anyways, we'll get back in there tomorrow. I'll try to be on time tomorrow, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.